A tree standing alone in the desert looks strong until you realize it's drying from the inside. Independence feels powerful when chosen, but when it's forced on you, it's not freedom. It's exile disguised as strength. 1. Emotional regulation versus emotional avoidance. We often confuse silence with maturity, but silence can also be emotional avoidance. When you don't regulate your emotions, you suppress them. Suppression doesn't make you independent, it makes you fragile. A volcano doesn't stop existing just because it looks calm. Independence without emotional regulation is like carrying a storm inside a glass jar. It will shatter. This truth is rarely spoken. Many people who claim independence are simply avoiding the pain of rejection. They don't master emotions, they bury them. 2. Cognitive rigidity and the illusion of control. Independence often hides cognitive rigidity, the belief that I don't need anyone. But rigidity is not freedom. It's a cage. When your thinking is inflexible, you push people away before they can leave. You call it control, but it's self-sabotage. A fortress keeps enemies out, but it also locks the king inside. Control feels safe, but it's just fear wearing armor. This is the paradox. Independence born from rigidity doesn't protect you, it isolates you. 3. Attachment patterns and the fear of connection. Psychology shows us that attachment patterns shape how we bond. Some people avoid closeness because they fear being abandoned. They call it independence, but it's really insecure attachment. You don't stop needing water just because you fear drowning. Distance feels like safety, but it's just loneliness dressed as choice. The truth no one talks about, many independent people are simply terrified of intimacy. They don't want to be uninvited, so they never knock on the door in the first place. 4. Meta-awareness and identity formation. Meta-awareness means seeing yourself clearly, but when identity is built on being independent, it can become fragile. If your self-worth depends on not needing anyone, then every moment of loneliness feels like proof of strength, even when it's actually proof of exclusion. A mirror that only shows strength hides the cracks. Independence without meta-awareness is just denial with better branding. Identity formation is powerful, but if it's built on the illusion of independence, it becomes brittle. You're not free, you're just uninvited, and you've learned to call it freedom. 5. Self-sabotage and the cycle of isolation. The hardest truth, many people sabotage their own relationships. They cancel plans, avoid calls, or act distant. Then they say, I'm independent. But independence is not walking away from connection. It's knowing you can stand alone and still choose to connect. Cutting the rope doesn't prove you can climb. Isolation feels like strength until you realize you built the walls yourself. Self-sabotage is the silent killer of friendships. And the more you repeat it, the more you convince yourself that being uninvited is independence. If this hits you, take a breath. Subscribe if you want more raw psychology breakdowns like this. No fluff, just truths we rarely say out loud. So here's the question. When you call yourself independent, are you really choosing freedom, or are you just protecting yourself from being uninvited? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Your answer might help someone else see themselves more clearly. Remember, independence is not exile. True independence is the power to stand alone without fear and still open the door when connection knocks. You're not just surviving. You're capable of growth, intelligence, and self-awareness. Own that.